Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. My name is John Daly. I'm the proud mayor of the great city of Tallahassee. I am joined by a host of my friends on this gorgeous day, and we're going to have a little informal ceremony, talk about what we've got going on here. I've got some great friends that I want to give them the opportunity to speak as well. But we are on site of the building of the first Florida Capitol replica. This is a tradition that we have in our community. 100 years ago, our community came together and built the replica of the first Florida Capitol. We did it 50 years ago, and here we are at the Bicentennial, and we're doing it again, and we're doing it in style. First and foremost, for all the volunteers that are here, a lot of people in the background, in the shade, thank y'all so much. I personally have thoroughly enjoyed getting to know everybody and the sense of community around the build. And it's been absolutely phenomenal. And I know this has been a lot of the hard work laying the foundation and putting the beams in, but we're making it happen and we're doing a great job. Shout out to Mark Tarmy and his crew, the architect of record that has designed this. Shout out to Habitat for Humanity. You're going to hear from Antoine Wright in just a second, the executive director, who is officially our builder that's helping us with the community build. But first and foremost, it is my honor and privilege to introduce a gentleman who I've gotten to know over the past couple of years in his role both in the Florida House of Representatives and now as a Secretary of State. And Cord Bird is good to Tallahassee. He always shows up. He's always here to support us, and he's been kind enough to come out and join us in this venture this morning. So ladies and gentlemen, the Secretary of State of the state of Florida, Mr. Cord Bird. Cord, thank you, sir.
Thank you. Well, good morning, everybody. Thank you, Mr. Mayor, for your kind introduction. It's really exciting for us to be here. So at the Florida Department of State, we oversee the Department of Historical Resources, and we're just really excited to celebrate with the city of Tallahassee and Leon County the 200th anniversary of the city, and to be part of this building project to tell the story not only of this area and this region, but the entire state of Florida. And we're excited to watch this process progress over the last couple months as we've partnered with the city and county to make today a reality. And we're really excited to see the finished product so we can continue to tell the story of not only Florida, but of our state government. And once again, just really happy to be here and to partner with the city. And y'all have always been so kind to us, and we have what's a wonderful relationship between the city, the county, and the state. Thank you again for being here.
Thank you. And bear with us. I want everybody to have the opportunity because everybody's had a significant role. Secretary of State has been fantastic. They're looking through the archives, the museums, seeing if there are appropriate pieces that might be able to be on loan. We're working through that process, but when we meet with Cord, it's always, yes, how can I help? And we really, truly appreciate that. Look, folks, I am blessed to work with two absolutely amazing individuals, Curtis Richardson and Diane Williams-Cox on the City Commission, who, along with myself and the city management, we've been able to truly plan for the Bicentennial, be able to put money away so that we can do great projects like this. And I want to give both Curtis, the Mayor Pro Tem of the City of Tallahassee, and Commissioner Williams-Cox the opportunity to speak as well. Diane.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor, and thank you to everyone who is here today. It is hot.
Yes.
But it is never too hot to do the right thing, and we're here doing the right thing, celebrating our bicentennial and making it a very inclusive process.
That's right.
You must know that through the years, it may not have always been this way, but thank God we are here now and today making progress, working together, building our community together for the next 200 years. And I am just plumb pleased and proud to be a part of continuing to grow our community in the right direction and working on this project together, because when we come together and work together, we can progress together. So thank you for this opportunity to greet you, and thank you for all that you are doing to make this project a success.
Absolutely. Curtis?
All right. Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Curtis Richardson, Mayor Pro Tem. I first want to recognize Val Johnson with Visit Tallahassee. Val has done a tremendous job of organizing all of the activities and programs that we've had celebrating the Bicentennial here in Tallahassee and Leon County. It is an absolute pleasure to be here today. I want to welcome you all and thank you all for being here this morning, and welcome you to Cascades Park, one of our premier parks as we reach 100 parks in the city of Tallahassee. Just yards away is where the actual meeting occurred and the establishment of Tallahassee as the capital of the state of Florida actually happened. And to be here in this historic park, there is so much history in this park, but to be here and to see what we're doing here, building a replica of the first state capitol is just amazing. I'm so glad to be here and have the opportunity to be a part of history in the making in our great city. And thank you to all of those that have come out, the architect, the volunteers, to make this happen. And let's all continue to make Tallahassee the all-America city that she has twice been designated. Thank you all so much for being here.
Thank you. We laugh all the time and we get a little giddy because Carolyn Cummins is the chair of the county commission during our bicentennial, and I get to serve as mayor during the bicentennial, and we do a lot of events together. And I could not think of a better partner to serve during this particular year than Carolyn. She's absolutely fantastic. Let us not forget, it's not just the city of Tallahassee's bicentennial, it is Leon County's bicentennial. And so it is a year-long celebration. Carolyn, will you please come forward for a couple of comments?
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Good morning, everyone. What a beautiful day we have for this celebration this morning. I certainly want to thank the mayor for his leadership. I want to thank Leon County for the cooperation with the city as we certainly celebrate this bicentennial. And what better way to celebrate than to have this replica of our first capitol right here in Leon County. So I certainly, on behalf of Leon County government, we thank all of those that are involved, the architects, all of those involved in the planning, and we know that this will be a great, great celebration as we come together and embrace all of us. And I believe that this cooperation with our governmental entities certainly demonstrates that we are all concerned by equity,
That's right,
inclusion, and equality for all citizens in Leon County. So let's celebrate our bicentennial by cooperating, and we are going to see it come to fruition, this great structure as a replica of our very first capitol here in Leon County, Tallahassee. Thank you all for coming out this morning. It's a hot morning. We won't belabor the point, but beautiful celebration, Mr. Mayor. Thank you so much.
thank you, appreciate it. So ladies and gentlemen, 9/25 on June 22nd of 2024 will go down in history because that is the time when the Canadian Goose attacked Superintendent Rocky Hanna right out here on the sidewalk as we were moving the beams down. It was quite the sight. I hope we got it on videotape. It was pretty good. Let me tell you something. My dear friend Rocky Hanna, who I've known basically all my life, and is an incredible superintendent. By the way, as a public school parent, thank you for everything you do. The school board is playing a significant role in this project as well, not only helping with the build, but this is going to be the third leg of the Blended Lives program, and every fourth grader in Leon County will go visit the Goodwood Museum, the Riley House Museum, and now the First Florida Capitol for this year. And it's absolutely fantastic. We're putting together the educational component, but Rocky also rolled up the sleeve. We've been moving these beams all morning. Certainly do appreciate you. You're the best superintendent I've ever come across, and come on up and have a couple of words with us.
Thank you, Mayor Daley. This is a proud moment for me personally. I was telling the volunteers before we started early this morning that driving over here, I started thinking about the history of this property in and of itself. My daddy played football here when it was Centennial Field, and you can see the original wall. And I was a little boy, I'd stand on that parking garage and watch baseball games on Saturday afternoon. So this is an exciting moment. I can't thank the city of Tallahassee enough and Habitat for Humanity for making this happen. As a former history teacher, this is great. This gives us a chance to have a teachable moment for our kids. We thank you, Val Johnson, for working with us. Every school is going to produce their own digital time capsule. They can go back and research the history of their school, going back to my alma mater, Leon High School, which has a rich history of over 100 years. And so it gives us an opportunity to celebrate not only the history of Tallahassee and Leon County, but each individual school, so kids can learn the historical significance and value of exactly what's going on in Tallahassee. So again, I cannot be more proud that the partnership that we have with our school district, to have every fourth grader come to this site and learn is going to be absolutely amazing. So Mayor, thank you, and thank everyone else for making this happen today.
Thank you. Let me just take a second, remind everybody, keep drinking water. We got plenty of water on site. It is hot out here. We've got an incredible legislative delegation. Senator Simon couldn't be here this morning. I know he's out in the district, but Gallup, Allison, if y'all please come forward too. Our representatives are fantastic and truly supporting this community. We actually kicked off the bicentennial year. Representative Tant asked the speaker, come on up, Gallup, asked the speaker for special privilege is they opened up session of the Florida House of Representatives in the old Capitol building to take up one piece of legislation, and that was the proclamation recognizing the city of Tallahassee, Leon County's bicentennial, where then we went over to the Senate chambers as well in the new Senate Capitol with Senator Simon. But what a great way to start off having our delegation recognizing our history and everything that's going on. I'd love to give you all an opportunity to say a word too.
We'll take a quick word because everybody's warm. It was a treat for me to be able to present that proclamation in the old chamber. For those of you who aren't aware of the history, it was really fascinating to delve into with the Speaker's office and the clerk. Before we settled on this site, the legislature would meet in either Pensacola or St. Augustine. And in order to get to that, they would put their members of the legislature on a boat and go around the peninsula of the state of Florida to either site. And so they decided that was becoming a little dangerous and time consuming. And so they decided, the territory of the state of Florida, to appoint 2 commissioners to basically meet in the middle. One from Pensacola, one from St. Augustine, and they met in the middle, and they landed in the St. Mark's and scouted the area and chose this location right here in Cascade Park. And this is such a gift for me to be able to be here on this very site that they settled on. Yes. And it was right after that that the state of Florida and city of Tallahassee and Leon County all came together to anoint this as our state capital. And in fact, the federal government did as well. So this is the history lesson for this morning, which makes this build out that much more remarkable and special to me. So thank you.
Thank you.
Gallup.
Thank you. Gallup.
Good morning, good morning. Thanks for being here. I want to first definitely thank the mayor, his leadership, the city commission, of course, Chair Cummings, the county commission, as well as our superintendent, my former assistant principal at Leon High School, Rocky Hanna, and the school board for working together to be inclusive, to ensure that we can not only build a replica, which I believe represents what this country is all about, democracy, people being able to elect officials to go to a place to make decisions to move their state forward. So it's great to be a part of this. I'm just so proud to be a citizen of Tallahassee. Great to see everyone working so well together to make this thing happen. So thank you and God bless.
Hey, by the way, I'm picking out a spot in this Capitol for my office.
There we go. There we go. There we go. 2 more people I'd like to recognize. Please hang in there. But colleagues, let me encourage you. It is hot up here. If you would like to move into the shade, please do so. It is appropriate to do so. I do want to recognize Antoine Wright, the Executive Director of Habitat for Humanity. He is no stranger to us. We are familiar with Habitat. When the Friends of the First Florida Capitol came together and decided the best way to do a community build, who better to call on than Habitat for Humanity that does this day in and day out. Nicole Everett, who's on the board, is here as well. I know there's other board members and volunteers. Antoine, will you just come and give a quick word? And thank you so much for all the hard work that you're doing. Absolutely.
I'll keep it really, really brief. Our shirt says that everyone can volunteer and every volunteer makes a difference. We are a partnership program that puts people in houses and that are affordable. All of our homeowners purchase their houses. They pay a 0% interest mortgage for 30 years. Typically less than $500. The way we do that is through partnerships, sponsorships with people that look just like you. So our program is technically a partnership build. There's no better partnership than helping to commemorate this Capitol.
That's right.
And so we're a community builder, so we're here to build the community. So thank you for allowing us to do that. It's our honor and pleasure. Thank you.
So, ladies and gentlemen, it is my honor and privilege to introduce our last speaker and just an absolutely phenomenal gentleman. So, as I said earlier, we have a tradition in this community of rebuilding the First Florida Capitol. I'm sitting in my office about 4.5 months ago, 5 months ago, and I get a phone call just out of the blue. And this gentleman calls me up and he says, Mr. Mayor, my name is Mark Carpenter, and I've been following what y'all are doing up in Tallahassee. I am a direct descendant of the original builder of the First Florida Capitol, an original descendant of the builder of the First Florida Capitol. My family owns a pine farm down in Levy County, and I'm going to tell you what we're going to do. I'm going to single-handedly harvest every tree. I've got a mill on the middle of my property. I'm going to haul every log over to that mill, and I'm going to cut every single board for that project. And my family's going to donate it to the city of Tallahassee for this project. For the past 4.5 months, Mark, come on up. For the past 4.5 months, and he's taken me in like a son. We've had some great times, incredible conversations. I've been going down to Levy County about once or twice a month, and we'll get out there and we'll just mill wood. And I'll listen to the stories of Florida, listen to the stories of North Florida, listen to his family stories, and it's just been absolutely phenomenal. This past Thursday, City of Tallahassee crews went down and we picked up the last 2 loads of wood to bring back to Tallahassee for the first Florida Capitol. Let me put in perspective, it's probably got a dollar amount around $50,000 of what's being donated, not even including Mark's labor, Mark's family's labor, and it's just been an absolutely incredible story. Mark will be with us several times, and we will formally recognize him November 10th, which is the day that the first Florida legislative session took place 200 years ago, and there will be a celebration and a festival here that Sunday. But Mark, I want you to know, I love you. This city loves you and your family. We can't tell you how much we appreciate it. The fact that you drove up today just to be with us means the world. And I have thoroughly enjoyed getting to know you. The wood is second to none. It's incredible, and thank you. And if you take a second and look at the table back here, there's a prime example. So Mark did some research to figure out exactly what the furniture looked like in the first Florida Capitol 200 years ago. And on his own, he said, you know what? I can do that. All the way down to the nails that you see in it are called cut nails, and those are the original type nails that they would use in construction. So that table over there that Mark built the other day literally is a replica of exactly what some of the furniture in the first Florida Capitol looked like. And he's also offered to help out by making the furniture, and I think we're going to take some scout troops down there too to help out, and other volunteer organizations. But ladies and gentlemen, it is my honor and privilege to introduce to you Mr. Mark Carpenter.
All right, Mark.
You're the man. Come on.
Mayor John, I'm humbled for being here. When the mayor called me and said he wanted to help cut up some lumber, I told him, wear clothes where you can get dirty, because you're going to get dirty. And he did, and we had a great time. Now, talking about the trees that we cut, I've heard that there's like 1% of native longleaf forest left in the southeast, when it used to be the predominant tree or forest. So I take real good care of it. Now, when it come time to cut a tree, I would spend all day looking for maybe 3 or 4 trees, because I was using the best management practices that I can. Trees that were too close together, they like that space. So I would cut trees to thin them out. So every single tree that I cut for this log cabin capitol has been for the benefit for the forest as a whole, you know. So that I've had a lot of fun doing it. And I'm a descendant of Sheriff McCall. When the commissioners came and selected Tallahassee, they engaged Jonathan Robinson, who was the county judge of Gadsden County, and Sheriff McCall. He was running a couple sawmills at that time, so they built it. But you know, all the research that I've done a lot of research on the Capitol, and I can only find those 2 names associated with building it, but there was a lot of people. So I asked the mayor about, you know, I would like to take a board, and I need to get a list of all build days. I'm putting everybody's name on the back side of a board that's going on the floor that has participated, and everybody's name would be on that cabin, because we only have 2 names. 200 years later, I would like to have everybody's name on it. But you know, this has been kind of personal for me. I love Florida history. I've done a lot of living history programs for the state. I've researched it, and by doing so over the years, one thing I have realized, that when you get people, especially children, interested in Florida's history, you get them interested in Florida's environment. And that's so important. You know, we don't have but so much green space, and you know, we need to protect some of it. So that's been very important with me. But I just want to thank you, everybody. I want to thank y'all for letting me be a part of the project. And the wife didn't come, but she's been my biggest cheerleader. You know, she's the one who kicked me out of bed this morning and says, you need to go. And so, but we've had fun doing it. And thanks so much for letting me be part of the project.
Yes, sir.
We appreciate it.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, this concludes our little program. Again, I want to thank Mark. By the way, I'm going on the record in front of the cameras. Miss Carpenter's potato salad, secret potato salad, is the best, hands down. No questions asked. But I want to thank everybody for coming out today. Antoine, we're going to be looking for direction from you on what we're going to be doing here. I want all the volunteers to come in. This is not just an elected official shot. I want everybody to be involved as well. To stay involved, if you want to participate in the build, you can contact the mayor's office directly. You can contact Habitat for Humanity directly. You can contact Friends of the First Florida Capitol directly. I encourage everybody in this community to come out. Everybody's got something to offer. We will have celebrations throughout the year, and it's just a great day to be in Tallahassee. Thanks everybody for coming out today.